also not like satellite, right? But they are included.
Yes.
Another place like Afield and so.
Mm-hmm.
But more town, Millbank, on the other side of the mountain where you have Sincona and all those places, right? They are like right on it,
yeah.
right? And so one of the things that we are to be mindful as a people, the fire that we had recently
Great.
in that coffee growing and that thing like area,
It's a
we
no-no.
those things are no, and people need to recognize and take responsibility for their action. The fire did not start by itself.
Yeah.
We have practiced slash and burn agriculture for far too long, and if we are going to be continuing along that path, we must ensure that the area that is to be burned is well protected, and we put fire breaks around the periphery of these areas so as to prevent the fire from spreading into where we do not wish for it to go.
Because the time dry now, when them set the fire now, it cause problem.
And I was listening to the news this morning, and over 500 hectares of land has been affected. And it's land that where people live, we have a lot of extensive coffee cultivation and other things like that. And I am saying that this does not paint a good picture for our effort to try and getting this place declared, because that is one of the comments that they make, and looking at the thing like with farming encroaching upon this area. I mean,
so that's why you are here really now, to tell the people them to be aware about the no fire. Tell them say the fire is not is a no.
Yeah, threatening like unnecessary reaping of things from the forest, like for example river poisoning to catch
yeah, to catch little fish,
and,
you go poison
mostly crayfish and things like that. So the thing that you have as a subsistence where you want to live by, you are killing the goose that lay the golden egg, and then at the end of the day, you don't have anything.
So you're gonna kill forget fish for today, but the fish them will really breed up for next week. Next week you know fish,
we can kill them off.
You kill them off. So just a sense,
so
common sense.
When you get rid of those natural things in the water, other animals will come invasive things that you don't want to eat. You understand? There's other, like for example, some other freshwater snail that will live in the river that you don't eat them.
Yes.
They're not buso.
Yes.
So you don't eat those. And I remember as a little boy, when I was much bigger too, we used to have a little jangar, like a little, it's very small. Fine, we call it
Tiki.
No, dido.
Dido.
Yeah, tiki is like a fish. That one is like like a little crayfish, like a little. But you can't find them.
So is buso indigenous to Portland?
It's mostly found in Portland waters and I think somewhere in Westmoreland or something like that. But not all the rivers in Jamaica they have them.
Okay, but it's most in the Swift River.
Yeah. Well, all the rivers in the Rio Grande Valley has them.
Okay.
In the Rio Grande, the one in Moortown, Back River, Guava River,
as we on that little subject now, going through the Rio Grande all the time, I see something always put up, boards, and I said certain kind of fish, certain kind of janga, all these things. So you only find these things up in that area?
Not necessarily, but what happened is that sometime in the past we worked with Nature Conservancy. It's an organization that is based in Kingston now. It's an international organization, right? But they have offices in Kingston. Their office now is at what's it called? That place now? It's just across from Andrews Memorial.
Oak Road.
It's not. It's off Oak Road. It's I will tell you what that avenue is, by the way. But I know where the office is anyway.
Devon Road.
Yeah. So we work with them, and as a part of the thing, we just want to highlight the different species that you will find in the different rivers.
Right. Okay.
So,
I thought it was just found in these rivers. No,
most of them would be found in probably all the rivers. Like for example, there are some fish that you used to have on the Rio Grande, but not necessarily on the other smaller rivers,
Okay.
Like Cali and Chinook and stuff like that. Those kind of fish, they would mostly on the Rio Grande, but not necessarily on all the other smaller rivers.
Is there some little history I get from Portland history,
So it is important for us, in going forward, and as a nation, let us keep our fingers crossed and hope that we can have this thing.
So tell the people them some of the plus we're gonna get, or we're gonna come back on the.
What? Okay.
Yeah,
fine.
give them some of the plus them if we get.
First thing, you will be on UNESCO website.
Okay.
As one of the World Heritage Site.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of persons want to come to Jamaica, and they don't necessarily come because they want the sun and the beach and the sun. You know, that's not necessarily there for real, right? They want to go out and to experience nature, to go into the mountain, to go, like, for example, many a time when you take people to, say, Anani Town, right? Tone River. It's like a 3-day trip, minimal 3-day. One day you walk from...
And this is part of the ecotourism that we'll be promoting
that
once we get...
We'll promote it.
Okay.
And there are all the rivers in the Rio Grande Valley here in particular, except Rio Grande. This is the biggest river, but that is the only one that does not have a waterfall.
Okay.
It doesn't have a waterfall.
The Rio Grande doesn't have a waterfall?
No.
Okay, history again, never know that, yeah.
But all the other
rivers...
But
that's why the other rest them have them little falls.
Because the Rio Grande separate the Blue and the John Crow Mountain.
Oh,
so it's basically...
Okay.
It's basically lower than the others, right?
Okay.
So from the source all the way to down by Burlington, down by St. Margaret's Bay, you don't have a waterfall. You might have a little rapid here and there, but you don't have a waterfall.
Okay.
But like, for example,
that's nature,
where I live in Moortown, the Wild Cane River, it has a beautiful waterfall, Nanny Fall. You go to Guava River, it has, you know what I mean, Back Rio Grande has, Stony River have, all the other river has, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quao Fall up in Middlebank,
mm-hmm.
and all of these places are very, you know, it's important that people will want to come and they go to these waterfalls and they enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You develop everything around these, a team around these things, and people want to go, like, for example, everybody think, like, you know, there are few mineral baths, like, you know, mineral bath in Clarendon and the one in Bath and the one in Kingston. But there are about 3 more in the Blue Mountain side, you know, and the Guava River. Untouched. These are unspoiled.
Reserve. No, that reserve for Portland people.
Yeah, these are unspoiled, you know, waterfalls.
Yeah, man.
It takes you a good time to walk to get there, get a little swim around, and then you come back down. So, you know, there are persons out there, especially Europeans, right? Because they don't want to necessarily stay in high-rise hotels.
Basically, what he was telling you about ecotourism,
right?
The tourists that going to come enjoy the Rio Grande, or come enjoy some of the falls them up in the valley them where people don't even know about, untouched, yeah? And then them can go back and go talk about these things, and next tourists never know about it. That's
yeah, and the thing again about it too is that these mountains have always offered shelter and food for our footprints and us today by extension, you know. Like, nowhere else in Jamaica you find people make so much use of the cocoon like you would find in the maroon communities. Because to us, the vine itself, the leaf, the foliage of it, is what we call the warrior bush. That's what our footprints used to use and camouflage themselves, right? The vine can become, you can use it as rope.
Let me read about the spirit weed, and them say that Nanny used to work with the spirit weed.
They work with all kind of weeds. And not just spirit weed alone. There are other weeds that, you know, that they work
Then I
with.
say, the spirit weed makes you disappear. So that we read yesterday.
Yeah,
so the spirit weed make Nanny disappear. Didn't know that? Yeah. They say, you know that.
Yeah.
We never know that. Say one special something should do with the spirit weed, and then the Englishman couldn't see her.
Well, you know, they had a lot of things that they use, right? It's
they're working on now. You know, we don't like what you do. We don't want to tell we. Never see it. Never hide it. Never hide it from we.
No, but okay, fine. So even if I tell you no, I would have to go and explain to you and show you the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can sit
down and I can... But it's knowledge.
Yeah, but I can sit down and I can call name. But I'm like, we'll be speaking in an abstract way because you wouldn't know them, right?
Oh, it's ancestors.
And it's not just, okay, I take the weed and it just disappear like that. There are other things that has to be done with it.
Okay.
You know, that's basically...
So you know them things, Colonel?
Yeah, I let's say I know.
You know what? Admit on TV. I understand the ancestors say nothing to talk on TV.
No, well, some of the things